Oh, they're throwing a dart here.
Alrighty, back in the oh man, been a week. Oh, this Wednesday too, man. Well, it's all in a day's work. Just feel like it's been a long week. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody's doing okay? Well, I didn't get that far on these yesterday as yellow on these. So I've got. I'm going to go ahead and start using the black on them. So I'll get started there here in just a second. So I'm using contrast paint on this, Black Templar. It's one of my go-tos that I use a lot. So, but yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. Let's see, I gotta do something. One more thing. Let's see. All right. Man. Hey, actor. Why does your name look different? Oh, maybe I didn't notice that GRM in the front. Did you change your Twitch name?
Hey, if we plant like right here, you got.
Just looks different. I don't know. I guess I'm used to seeing your other one from Instagram. That's got to be what it is. I'm used to seeing that one more than that one. Okay. Okay. Cool. Oh man. Yep. So I'm gonna bust out the contrast paint now, and I'm gonna start working on these guys. Wednesday, it's kind of gonna be probably a slow night, maybe not. We'll see. But all in a day's work. Always, I'm always happy to get going on these models. Oh, you're on a gamer team? What gamer team are you on? No, I do like contrast paint. It's pretty good. I like the way it just kind of flows. It's nice, fluid control. You know, it's not lazy like water. And that noise you hear in the background is my son. He's playing a game of Valorant with some friends, and he gets a little excited at times. Sounded funny. Woo, woo. Grim Reaper. Oh, okay. Sounds familiar to me. Grim Mini likes that one. I saw somebody, another mini painter, that has a logo with the Grim Reaper as like I do. And I'm thinking to myself, huh, I wonder where they got that idea. And they just got started. Of course, theirs is not tuned like mine. So mine is, the tune style, which I like a lot. Man, I'm gonna keep doing that all night, I bet. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way I could do this faster than the method I'm using at this moment. I mean, this is decent, but I mean, I've got 15 of these to do, and doing these all at like this is going to take a while, and it's kind of messy, and this right here is not what I want.
Alright, never mind. I'm dead from behind.
Thank you for the like, Reed. Welcome. No more. You're done studying, unless you're taking a break. I think you said you were done.
Lorena definitely is. Oh, this is it.
Okay. Let's go here. I think I'm gonna have to move my camera again.
I got a stinger for this run. Definitely don't be surprised by that.
I got a message.
Oh, I got a loot bolt in here. Oh, I got a kill. Wait, I got a double kill.
All right. Had a text message come in I had to deal with real quick.
Why is he so aggressive?
Yeah, there's a lot more
Oh, you got the Walmart symbol on the stick.
black on these guys to paint
Sponsored by Walmart.
than the other clones, so this is going to take a little longer than I had hoped. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's
Well, when the COVID-19 started, our team
Got
just straight up
stupid.
quit. Ah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my sons, he has some aspirations of being a professional gamer. And
Alright, rush.
he just
Okay, never mind. Pause the rush.
trying to improve his score at the moment, so it's takes time. He's playing Valorant right now, a lot of that. All right, I need to get my picture out 'cause I gotta look at some stuff on this guy. Make sure I'm duplicating. Oh, yep, I knew it. Okay. Oh, we gotta do this.
I'm so glad we can't target kill with guns. Wait, what? Why is Sage? How is Sage there? It's Mr. Walmart man. Come on, man.
Okay.
Oh
I'm
god.
gonna have to move my
Oh
camera.
god.
but that's not comfortable the way it is. Sorry about the camera moving.
Okay. You can keep it while I do it. Ready?
Okay. All right.
I'll be ready.
So I have a question about ARC Troopers. Are their backpacks black?
Maybe I should have been more alert.
Anybody know?
Hey, there's another one.
Could use some help with that before I go and start painting those. I'm leaning towards just painting it all black. 'Cause I can't find a picture of what color they are actually.
Oh, cause it. Okay. Don't know when that goes, but that's okay.
Yeah, I appreciate any if anybody can tell me if their backpack is black. Um, you know, because there's some with this pack, and then there's some that are jet packs. So, um, but yeah, if anybody knows, I can't find a picture, a good one that'll tell me, or anyone that's you know, definitely black. So, oh, you saw one with a brown one. A brown one. See, I don't know if that would work. But then again, we're talking about the 212, so I don't know. I don't think painting it black's going to hurt. I mean, it might be all right. What do y'all think? I mean,
Okay.
I,
Alright.
brown, I mean, I could do the brown. I'm just trying to keep this pretty much consistent color pattern all the way down. I mean, brown would be fine. I just, with it being the 212th, though, I'm wondering if that was, if that's going to be okay. So it's hard to say.
Okay.
So you think black would be fine? I'm thinking it will be fine. I can scratch it up. I know they're real easy to do that if it's black. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do black packs.
I think I know. Give me that.
Thank you, Hector.
Yeet. Hey, Killjoy's not here. Killjoy's not here.
Yeah, I like your Valkyrie, man. Look good, bud. Look good, man.
Hey, watch behind. Watch behind. You rat!
I'm gonna use a lot of Black Templar tonight.
Dang it! I thought we had that too. I thought we were.
So my hope was tonight to have all this part done, but I just couldn't get there. The yellow took a long time last night. I'd hoped, because I wanted to do the other reductive shading that I do to get the really grimy stuff that I do, and it just didn't work. So, I mean, I just didn't get it done. I got up to this point, and then that was it.
Yeah, right.
To the yellow, where the yellow was on there and stuff. So that's all right. We're good.
Acoustic showers. Slow, slow.
If I have time tonight, I'll do it. But it's, I mean, I've got a bunch of these to do in this pattern, you know, and then stuff. So having the contrast paint though makes it easier because it flows so much nicer. It's a nice flow to it.
I'm gonna get the can soda.
I say that now, I run out of it.
Sofa's on site. Sofa's on site. Okay. You can run it down.
The shark was. What made it so difficult, man?
Here, he's here. He's here. I'll go be bottom.
Oh, the white. Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I am sorry. Yeah, I've got some mistakes on that one. Mm.
Okay. Now. One heaven. One heaven.
Checking some messages. 1 second.
Hey, someone's back there
Okay,
painting.
we're good. All right. And yeah, you got to keep. I mean, white is no joke,
Not
man.
good at all.
It's rough, and you got to do thin layers, otherwise it'll look bad. That's why I tell everybody, do apothecary
It's
white.
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It'll at least make your job a little easier when you're painting. Now I know that's harder on a ship, but you can use it in your airbrush and then dry brush white over it, and then it'll pop. So I gotta fix that right there. Yeah, you could use it in your airbrush, the apothecary white, and it'll make it look like a gray, blue, gray, whatever. And then you use white as a dry brush over it, and you're good. You're. I mean, you wouldn't have any problems. It'd be a lot easier for you that way. That's how I would do it if I was doing a white vehicle. Airbrush the apothecary white into over the entire ship.
And a pop this time.
And you don't even have to do that. You could do it like a light gray on the belly of the ship, like say, what is this one? Administratum gray. You could do that on the other side of the belly of the ship, and then after that, you airbrush the apothecary white over the top portions of the ship, and then you dry brush everything else at the top. And man, I'll tell you what, it'll look like it's white. White's a scary color, man. I know. But I've gotten used to it. I mean, I'm sitting here working with all white troops right now, so. There would have been a time years ago that I would have been like real scared of doing this. Nah, not anymore. And that just comes with experience of knowing how to deal with the color, or the paint, excuse me.
Wait, which one's showing what? Which one?
Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Good choice. Black. Yeah, black pack. I like that. Nice, nice. Great choice. And if you want to do white, just straight white, you can just do layer after layer like you did. But you're going to have to do thin layers of white over and over and over and over and over. And a big ship like that, you might as well just hang it up, man. That's no fun.
Oh. Keep Hey, I believe in us. I believe in us. I believe.
Yeah, I like that black pack on the back. I like that. Very
No,
good.
no, we
Very
can
good.
do this. We can do this. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So they have black lines also inside their pads. I'm going to use the panel liner to do that. but that will be after I do the other treatment that I want to try to reach tonight. I'm gonna try. I want to try to get there, but I've got to bust out the airbrush and all that stuff. Takes a few minutes to get set up, so I'd have to switch over and reset my camera so everybody could see what I'm doing. And it would literally take me probably 10, 15 minutes probably to airbrush all these guys with the solution, the enamel I'm gonna use on it. So, and it's just uh, dark streaking grime on them. So, this is Black Templar. I have several bottles of this because I use it a lot. It's so smooth. I mean, I use it more than Abaddon Black in some cases. Abaddon Black I use for other things, for touch-ups and stuff and bases. But like this, I this Black Templar is just, it's phenomenal. I love it. This one and Apothecary White are must-haves. To anyone's arsenal, it's a must-have. Oh, and Gilliman Flesh one is really good. I use that one. I'll probably, when I paint Padme, I'll be using Gilliman Flesh contrast for her flesh tone. Oh. Oh, I'm digging this one. All right. All right. So moving right through. What is that now? I got 1, 2. This will be 3. Wow, it's going to take a while. Dogs barking. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. I like that song. That was pretty good. I don't care for the gun noises. Didn't really match the rest of the music, but oh well. Not that I don't like guns. I was just like, it just didn't sound right. But otherwise, it's a good song. Yeah, I'm not trying to be picky, but I am being picky. Yeah, I got a couple touch-ups to do on them as I do this. That's the one thing about the contrast paint. It's like black. It'll really get going and color up your model real quick. Within the lines and outside the lines. So trying to finish my polished stains so I don't have to worry about them. Man, that's the goal of every miniature painter. You should see my polish aim. Although I stopped buying miniatures for myself, unless I absolutely want that one particular one. I haven't bought any in a long time. The last one I bought was really cheap. It was like $15, and I had somebody 3D print it out for me. It's a large model, but save money by having it 3D printed myself. So, man, but that's a noble goal, sir. Noble goal. So, yeah, that's a good one. Let's shake up the paint a little bit. There's one thing about the contrast is it does rest a little bit too much. Thins out. At least that's my experience with them. So, but anyway, so we're new to the stream. My name's David. I am painting Star Wars Legion tonight. I am painting these for the Nova Charity Foundation. These will be raffled off in the summer. You can win these by buying raffle tickets. They will go on sale this summer, the raffle tickets, and then they will draw names. They do a bunch of different things on there. You can do, this is their first year to do Legion, to my knowledge. They had 40K every year, 140K in Age of Sigmar. Every year they have that. Last year they had Infinity. I painted the Infinity models last year for the fall period. That was fun. This is a much bigger requirement for me. So I'm just plugging along through these guys and trying to get them done. I'm trying to get them out the door as soon as possible for them to get them up on the website. But yeah, you could win these for yourself. Killjoy, welcome. Good evening to you as well. Did you say you were done studying? I can't remember what you said on last stream. I think you said you didn't want to see any more books for a while. I don't blame you. You haven't figured them out yet. Which ones have you not figured out? Did I miss something? Oh, you haven't figured out contrast paints. Oh man, uh, yeah. They're what's your biggest question with them on contrast? I'll try to answer it here for you if I can. And I need a faster way to do this. But I guess there's not. That's okay. No, not really. Mumbling to myself. Ah, okay, so eye application without modern marks or streaks. I'm fine with one, maybe two layers, but then it goes to hell and streaks start showing. Okay, yeah, that if you technically should only have to use one layer of contrast. You should only have to use one layer. You should only. That's it. That's why the slogan for contrast is one thick coat. Now it is when you start adding a second coat, because they are oily, I'll use that term. They have an oily. I don't want to say oily. This is just they look oily because they have streaks. They produce a streak to them. Um, when you apply a second coat, you're putting streaks over streaks, and then it's going to look really messy. Um, so that's not the best case scenario. Uh, yeah, it's just not good to do multiple coats. Um, Now, you can do it with an airbrush, but again, that's because an airbrush always applies in a consistent spray pattern, unlike your hand, which is doing these strokes and so forth. The streaks come from the strokes in your brush. Um, the airbrush is a continuous spray pattern that just envelops like a cone. So, yeah, I can understand that that would be a challenge, but if you needed to, trying to think of a reason why you would want two coats on the model. That would be my only question. Why you want two coats? Is it because you want more of that color, or or you can see too much of the uh, primer underneath, or the base coat that you have underneath? I'm curious why you why you want two coats. Oh, okay, that's a tricky one. Okay, blend and fade between colors. I have not tried that with contrast. Hmm. Now I see why you're getting it. Now I get it. You're getting it at the point where the colors meet. That makes sense. Hmm. Well, here's an idea. I mean, no, that wouldn't look right because I got to think on that one there, bud. You got me. That's a good one right there, man. You're gonna head to GW. All right, bud. Hmm. I got to think on that one. See you, Hector. Thanks for coming by, bud. Um, I'm going to get back to you on that one there, Killjoy. You got me stumped, man. I don't know that that's a possible recipe to work because the way contrast works and the way it's designed. Wow. You got me thinking though, man. Um, I'm thinking about how to do that. You'd almost have to prep the surface with a darker color of some sort where the paint meets or something, man. Uh, that's the problem. You see the streaks because of the color underneath, and the streaking is caused because the colors are overlapping. Ah, okay. I got to put that one on my head for now. I'm thinking about that and I'm not looking at what I'm doing. I like that. That's good. Unique way of using contrast for sure. Yeah, I mean contrast. It does a good job. I I practically use them on every model that I paint to some extent. I mean, here I am, I'm using it on these. Um, but the one color I use the most is this one right here. It's the best one in my opinion, next to Apothecary White. I'm sure Blood Angels Red, that's a good one too. Uh, those right there are just great. There are others, and I said it earlier, and that was Gilliman Flesh is really good. I like that one. So, but you got me stumped. So I don't know that I'd have an answer to that one. Because if I'm going to do a fade, I'm going to do it through wet blending, or I'm going to do it with an airbrush. That's how I would do it. Not everybody has an airbrush, and wet blending is a little more is a little harder to do. It's more of an intermediate level skill set for painting. I'm okay at it. I understand the premise of wet blending, but man, you don't do it right, you can jack up what you painted real bad. All right, there we go. Number 4. How about that? 2 hours later. Man. Yeah, the other thing about, one other thing, and continue talking about whatever you guys want, with, if you're on a large flat surface with contrast, the streaks are there really bad, really, really bad. That's if you're brushing them on. However, again, we're going to go back to the airbrush. The airbrush contrast on, it's real smooth, but it does not have that, it doesn't have that transparency that you typically get with the brush stroke. So, but it does really good with um, when you're brushing it on in small areas like these and so forth. But on big vessels and you're brushing it on, number one, that's crazy. It takes too long. But airbrushing is the way you want to go when you're doing a big vehicle. But let's see. But airbrushing on a big vehicle is the better way to go. It's a quiet night tonight, that's for sure.
I don't know if I hit anyone, but they're definitely working on it. Like right here.
Oh, the shield is a big flat surface. Yeah, I see that. That's where you're going to run into problems with contrast. It's just going to look all streaky, and you may want to just do a flat paint over it on that shield, man, or do a dark base coat, such as a gray or something underneath it. That's still going to show the streaks, though. So I mean, unless you got an airbrush, I would refrain from using the contrast on a large flat surface. Just don't even try. Um, you're not going to be happy with the result. You're just not. I know it's going to require more work to paint it, but you'll be happy with what you come up with. Or you could go ahead and do it and just do dry brushing on it, and that'll help soften the streaks. It won't eliminate them, but it'll at least allow you to provide maybe some cover for them. It's hard to do dry brush on a flat surface, but you can do it. It'll look a little streaky or cloudy, if you will. Um, so, but you're wise for waiting on that one. I would, man, it's tough. That one's because contrast has its bonus, pluses when it comes to speeding up the process of painting something. And when you want to get it painted and make it look decent or great, um, but you don't want to spend a lot of time. You want to get to playing.
Good try. Woo! That's a big and rough one.
I see. Okay.
He's so lucky. He's so lucky.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that took me right at 40 minutes. So that's 8 minutes each. Right? Yeah. There's more on these guys' paint. But I like the way they look. With the black. I got some touch up to do to them, but nothing major. So, I think I want to take a break from this for a moment. This is kind of tedious. And I'm going to go ahead and work on this thing. So I've decided on this guy, I'm going to go with the kind of a light brown color on it. That's what I'm going to go with. I think that would look pretty cool, but I'm going to make it look older and so forth. Um, okay, okay, all right. Two color minimum. Wow, they're kind of that's not bad. Two color minimum. Huh. Usually want three. Wow, they're being nice. And I can't do anything on this. I gotta airbrush the color on first. I thought I was gonna work on this one right here, but I gotta do the airbrush on this guy first. Okay, that's all right. But yeah, I'm gonna do a darker brown or lighter brown and so forth. So we'll do that. Well, I go back to the tedious work. I'm just taking a break for a second. Man, it's whew. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it to the other stuff. This takes a while. So, and another thing I'm going to do tonight, well, after this is all done, I am going to magnetize these guys to their bases, the ones that are flying, because I feel that that's going to be easier to transport than gluing them onto this little swoop thing that they go to. It just doesn't, it's just, I just don't think it's not going to travel when I ship it well. It just won't. So I'm going to magnetize it. Okay, some new paint somewhere in your models that lets you play. Okay, okay. Is it an actual GW store that you play at? Is that's how they play it, or is it a? Oh, you said friendly local game store. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about 4 hours north of me, probably more than four, closer to five. Is the Citadel store in Dallas, near Dallas, whatever. And I'd like to visit there, but I know that one thing that a lot of people complain about, and this is just for people that um, looks like it, they have very strict rules. If you're going to play in tournaments, it's the three colors. Everything on your army has to be from Games Workshop. If you're going to play in yeah, it's a GW tournament. And I heard, now I can't confirm this, but if you're going to play it all in the store, nothing can be recast. Your bases have to be from GW as well. And I said to myself, hold on now, the bases from GW? Now I heard that. Now that's a little rough. I don't know that for sure. I said because there's a lot of people out there that really do a good job on their bases, and they use other bases for it, standard 25 millimeter bases, and so forth. And I don't know how you that's just crazy. I was having a hard time accepting that one, but that's what I heard, and I heard it more than once. I can understand them not wanting 3D printed stuff and recast, whatever you want to call it. I get that, but the bases, that's a little harsh. I mean, there isn't any. I mean, is there any money in that for them? Okay. There's no gray. How do they handle gray knights then? Ah, that's more silver. Yeah, the size requirements is good. It's just I heard that the Citadel's really, really really strict. And I mean, I know you can tell it's a real GW base. It's got it on the bottom, which, you know, that I get. But I mean, there are some recast companies out there that do a fantastic job. You know, I had a person send me one to get painted, and I was like, wow, this is really, really, really good. I said, you know, it's phenomenal. And he's like, oh yeah. He says, and I said, where? And he showed me the place. I said, man, it's really, really nice. Now, I just, I don't condone recasts. I don't want to ever, you know, but I painted it for him. He was paying me to do it. Oh yeah, Forge World, of course, yes. Um, but yeah, I he I painted it for him. You know, it's his model. He bought it. But I understand that sometimes um, not everything you need for the models is available. Forge World's notorious for that. You want, say, a Relic Contemptor Dreadnought, and you want this particular arm on it, and that arm's not available. What do you do? Can't find it on eBay. Well, what do you do? You know, you want that, you know, certain type of weapon. Forge World's out of stock. It's 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 not it's not friendly to the consumer. That's for sure. That's where I hear it mostly happen. A lot of people they feel forced to go to the recast, unfortunately, because some of the models don't have all the components they need. And it's always on the bigger units that I hear. Because certain components are not available. I have apprentice, I'm not strict. See, that's not a bad. I mean, you know, it's one thing to print a whole model and stuff, but God, oh man, you know, I try to want to support the people that make this game, you know, and so forth. So, um, but you know, here I am. I'm just the other day. You know, I'm painting. I'll paint any miniature you got. It's just, you know, it's sad that you can't get. I don't see much kit bashing on Legion minis. I don't. You know, you know, I don't actually go search for it, but it's going to come up in some of the stuff that I look at. I just don't see a lot of it, and I don't. I guess it's because there's not a lot of stuff out there yet for them. I just don't see a lot of kit bashing on Legion. I just don't. Um, and Legion's got some good looking models. I mean, these are great. These are ARC troopers. They're wonderful. I like them. There's Cackling Moon. Yeah, I was not about to pay $25 for a missile pod when the model is 35. Yeah, see that's another thing. The prices are way off base, man. They're just weird price structures. I mean, Contemptor Dreadnought. You know, I think the base model is like 65 to $85. I can't remember on Forge World, and then your hands are like 25, $35 a piece, and other things that you can buy. And I'm like, why is that so expensive? It's not that much. And then I don't even understand why Forge World's the only one that's allowed to sell this stuff. That boggles my mind. And you know, I understand the Citadel's got it. You know, they're up north of me, but I don't know anybody else in the States besides them that has Forge World on retail. I don't know. And it's just weird to me. I don't know the ins and outs. So if anybody knows, I'd like to know the answer, because a lot of really nice models and to save people money if you didn't have to go across the ocean to get them. Another reason why people go to recast. And it's like, get some more retailers to handle this, uh, you know, or let local game stores sell the stuff, man. God, I don't understand the license there. I just don't. Maybe they're the ones for the next 10 years or something, exclusive. I mean, the name's cool, but I don't know. And there's a GW store not far from me. Now it's not a big store, but it's down in Webster, and they have no Forge World stuff. Why? It's GW. Yeah, Texas. This is Citadel. That's up in Dallas, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why that is the only place. Now maybe I need to go up there and check it out and then ask them, why are you the only ones in America, in the United States, that has Forge World items? I bet you they're no cheaper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more after this one. Whew. It'll take a while. Yeah, that store you're talking about, Cackling Moon, is 4 to 5 hours north of me. I'm down in the Houston area, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I've I've heard about that place. I'd like to go see it. I mean, I hear it's pretty cool.
This is chicken. I'm really cooking up. I guarantee you. This is beautiful, bro. Look, you see it, right?
Well, they need to do something with the models because people want to buy them, and they're going. I hear they're going to introduce Horus Heresy 2.0 or something or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's a weird relationship that I just don't quite understand. And I don't want to turn to somebody like the Outer Circle and complain about everything GW does because I love everything. I love everything they produce. It's good stuff. I love the lore. I love it. It's good stuff. Looking forward to the Warhammer Plus station. I'm just interested in what it's going to run cost wise. What am I listening to? I could see them phasing out the Forge World and incorporating it all into One umbrella Games Workshop, which, hey man, that would be great. Then that means that maybe we could start seeing some FW stuff or Horus Heresy stuff at the local stores.
See, why are you withdrawing? You could totally be like an Atlantic gold. Yeah, me too. What the heck? What is going on? Oh, that's one Vince.
I gotta do some touch-ups on these guys.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Forge World has discontinued a ton of stuff. When you go on there, Age of Sigma is like 10 things, and 40K has way less. Yeah, it's disappointing what's going on there. It really, really is. Again, I don't like to complain, but I'm gonna tell you, some of the models that they have though are just so nice, man. Just so freaking nice.
They're melting in hand.
I just love them. They're great. Like the Sicarian battle tank. God, I love that tank. I love that tank. Sicarian battle tank. I have one, but I haven't built it. I got 6 more left. Whew, man, this has been tedious. Ugh.
Oh god.
Man, I was at Krieg is so cool. I mean, all it is guys in trench coat and a gas mask and a metal helmet. It's really all it is. But people just love them, and there's nothing sophisticated about them. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, they got a backpack sometimes. But just people just love them, and then you throw the horse in there, and people go nuts. It's so simple. It's like, and I love them too. I think they're really cool. But it's like, man, they got a gas mask, a helmet, or yeah, call it a hard hat, hard helmet, whatever. Trench coat, some flak armor, I'm sure, and a las pistol, shovel. There's not much to them. It's just not, and they're cool. Why? It's just so simple.
I believe him.
And that's, man, you put that on the GW site, man, people go nuts. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I quoted on a couple months ago, but the guy never responded. He asked me to quote him. He wanted 2 dozen Krieg cavalry units. I really wanted to do that. I really, really wanted to do that. And I was even discounting it. But he never came back to me.
Oh, well that doesn't feel good. Well, that doesn't feel good.
I was giving him a better price because I wanted to paint them. Like, oh well, my loss. Hey, I'll paint them free. Nah.
Serious, you take it. Oh, what ropes?
Possibly.
Oh God.
It's possible. I mean,
Here, take this.
GW's doing a lot of weird stuff right now. They can do anything they want.
Like Anthony Kiedis.
I really do think that there needs to be
Hey, I didn't die. Let's go.
a movie made on the Horus Heresy. I do think that that's got to happen. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Peter Jackson needs to do it. I think he'd do it justice. As long as he doesn't add anything to it,
Shut up.
which he respected most of the original Lord of the Rings. Now he got a little more liberal with his choices with the Hobbit story by adding a few characters, but I think Peter Jackson is otherwise a good choice. Now, whether he wants to or not is a different story. But I think he would do it justice. Peter Jackson. But a Horus Heresy movie needs to happen. And it needs to be done, just a trilogy would be fine. And it only needs to be the high points of the heresies story. The question is, do you want to tell the story of Horus falling, or do you want to go ahead and have it where he's already fallen? Uh, However, I think we're going more towards a on-demand type situation where we watch it as a series and we watch it all at once. So what we might see, instead of a full-blown movie, we might see a series on the Horus Heresy. What's up, Table Flip? Table Flip, you coming for me? What's going on? You coming to Texas? I know you. I know where you live, man. No, not exactly. I saw your note that you were moving, man. That's cool. Big steps, man. Big steps. Moving in with the missus. It's good stuff, man. Congratulations. Crazy old table flip. Table flip's another streamer. He's also a mini painter. He's got a pretty good little stream he does. He's got a pretty rigorous schedule compared to mine, I think. I think he's almost streaming every day. Y'all ought to give him a follow. He does he has a loyalty subscriber giveaways thing, and so he's, he's really good at what he does. I'm already excited though. For one thing, for sure is uh, I want to see some new information on the Eisenhorn series. I so desperately want to see more information on that. Right now, that's been, there's been very little information that's been coming out about it with the the series from Eisenhorn. I've read the 3 books on this with Gregor Eisenhorn. I've read 3 of them, the main ones. I'm going to try to pick up the Pariah ones, which is a continuance of that series between Ravenor, Elizabeth Beckwin, and Gregor Eisenhorn. And if you have not read any of the Eisenhorn books, I strongly encourage you to do so. Very good. Very good stuff. Oh, what do we got going on now? And this is not going to go well. Try it from a different angle. Oops. Oops. Man, what am I doing? Oh well, I'll fix that. God dog, man, what is going on with this one? I'm getting it all over the place. Yeah, I gotta fix that. I gotta let it dry though. Otherwise I will not be able to fix it. 5 more left. Whew. Boy, that's a stretch. I am going to take a break. And I think I'm going to call it a night for the stream. So I am going to, yes, they are ARC troopers. All of them. I've got 5 more left, and then I'm going to go back through, and then I'm going to clean them up. You know, I'm just base coating them. So this is going slow, not as fast as I'd like, but hey, it is what it is. So, but I'm going to call it a night. I do appreciate everybody that came by. Thank you very much. Again, my name is David Meyer. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch under the same name, Minis by Meyer. Follow me in any of those places. Again, I'm working on this project for Nova Open Charitable Foundation. You guys can watch my progress. I'll be posting there as much as I can and so forth. So thank you for joining me tonight. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.